Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release, going all over the world, back in time, seeing if that game really was as good as you remember. Welcome to the middle of May 1982, where we last played Choplifter for the Apple II, the first release of Choplifter. I still want to play Choplifter. Anyone? Show of hands. We can't do that. We have to press forward and see our next game. We're still hanging out on our Apple II, the latest release of Bezoff. Let's see what Bezoff's all about, starting with the advertisement flyer. This one we saw in Softline magazine. I think this was the same ad. Caution, household pests can be fun. This is again by Bez, who programs all of his games with Bez in the title, and Bezoff is no exception. Requires an Apple II Plus with 48K, a joystick, or you gotta be very good with the paddles. Boots on 16-sector disk drives, only $32.95. We're being overrun with bugs. Animated ants are after the sugar in the kitchen, busy buzzing bees are outside the patio ruining picnics, and springy spiders are cluttering up the garage. How good an exterminator are you? So another shooter maybe slash bug game, and there's the example of a screenshot for us. No manual for this one. Let's pop in and play Bezoff, released in May 22nd, 1982. Yeah, right? Cover, well, it really wasn't a cover. It was the advertising flyer. But Bez kind of did his own thing. He was one of those developers, maybe a little under the radar, because he only did everything that we've seen on Apple II, and it wasn't ported anywhere else. This is where it stays. Nice. High score. Oh, Bez is on the top, so let's push. Oh, nice. It worked. You just push the button on your Apple II joystick, and you're in. Don't even have to use the keyboard. And we start with doing our initials. Okay. I'm game. Let's see if I can make it work. Go this way. Oh, wait. No, I missed it. It's always so hard, even in the arcades. I messed it up already. To get your initials in, usually don't have the patience for it. Okay, here we go. So we're playing, and it looks like we're playing Venture, or we're going from room to room. We're starting off with an overhead view. Interesting. Okay, so we move ourselves around. I'm a little white circle. Let's go up at the top of the green door, and we're here. It is a... I don't know what is happening. It's like I'm controlling a shoe with the joystick. Okay, kill the bugs. So an ant comes up and you smash the ant. And it looks like we're doing 3 bugs now. Smash it, and I guess don't let it get to the sugar. It's sugar cubes. And you see I have full movement of the joystick. Works pretty good on the Apple II. Just need 4. This might be one of the first references of a mini-game compilation, because this is essentially, we're just playing a very simple mini-game. Squish the bugs, and then how do we get out of here? I guess you have to do it until you're trying to get the timer to go down as fast as you can. Yeah, right? We've seen bugs killing games, but most of them were centipede variants, and they were shooters, but not this. We haven't been controlling a boot to smash down. But hey, like I said, Bez, when he did his games, he wanted them to be very unique and original. All right, so how do we get out of this? It looks like it goes on forever. Timer keeps going. Okay, so yeah, hitting escape backs you out to the main screen, and we can go to a different one. Let's try this room down here. Cool concept, though. I dig it. All right, so now we're a pair of scissors moving around, and I guess we got to snip the lines. Oh, no. No, the lines don't snip. I mean, you got to cut the strings and the spiders, right? All right. Oh, no, you just cut the spider, and that's how it works. Of course you do. I thought they'd make us... I thought we'd be snipping the line to make them drop, but no, you just want to cut the spider with your scissors. Looks like on the right side, this is the number of lives we have. But it's again, a very random minigame, just like the other ones. Cool, the originality is up there. All right, let's go back. Now I'm curious, what is the last one? So going, again, is my white circle from a top-down view. It didn't do the cool zoom in like it did with some of the arcade games we've seen, like Venture. You know how it zooms into the room? It just goes to the minigame. Okay, now we're a can of, we're a can of bug spray. Okay, I see. So move around and then spray. Can I move any farther? Okay, I can't move any further down, so I just gotta wait for them to come up and then spray them whenever they get in range. But still, it's not a shooter. It is more like bug spray than any other game, because we played games where they say you're bug spray, but you're essentially just shooting them up like Space Invaders or Galaxian. But here it is. This is actually bug spray, moving around and spraying the insects. In a sense, it kind of makes me feel like I'm playing that mouse level in, or the bug level in Mario Paint, where you have to move around and splatter the bugs. I will give Bez this, though. We play a lot of games here, and this would be one of the best games to play that involve bugs so far. Of all the video games. Alright, and I think that is it. Bez Off is 3 minigame compilations. I'll give it for the originality. It is different. Of all the games we've seen so far on a home computer, it's not necessarily a super amazing or one of the best computer games you could play, but I'm going to go 3.5 stars for Bez Off. It is an above average title. It's something that is unique and different. I wouldn't say it's like a great or excellent game because the minigames involved are pretty short and simple, but minigames, what a concept. We haven't seen anything like that before. Oh, I hope it's not like Bart's Nightmare. And we're going to see that one way later. Yeah, or Precursor to WarioWare is a good shout out. But, I mean, we haven't seen anything involving just small minigames. But there you go, that's Bez Off. An above average title for 1982 on the computer. Let's see what our next game is. We're on our Apple II again, and this is Twerps. Let's see what Twerps is all about. Those Twerps. Starting with the box. So this one is by Sirius Software. Very interesting. Looks like the twerps might be the alien creatures that land on the planet or go in the background. Cute little guys with bug eyes. Probably easy to draw on the screen. Flip over on the back, and it says, now, from the company that brought you Sneakers, Beer Run, and a host of other blockbusters. Remember Beer Run, everyone? Twerps, Sirius does it again. Another whimsical, challenging game with a cast of top starring characters. Meet Captain Twerp. Thrill at the shooting orbiters. Be amazed by the swooping glingas. Gasp in terror at the drooling gleepnoks. A game you'll want to tell all your friends about, and you better tell all your friends about, because back then, that's how these games got out, or how they got popular. People told everyone else about it. Looks like it was programmed by Dan Thompson, and we need 48K for this. Assembly language, so it's going to run really smooth for us. All right, so, and it says it's configurable with a Joyport. We love that. Let's see what other artwork we have for Twerps. Besides that, we have the disc, front and back of the disc. Yeah, there we go. The 5 1/4 floppy disk we're going to pop in, take it out of the sleeve. That's what it looks like on the Apple II with an example of the screenshot. And we have the manual, or what was inside the sleeve. So here's the front cover again. Cool artwork that we have for the front of Twerps. And then the inside sleeve, it says to begin the mission, you put the disc in your drive, hit the spacebar to start the game. The keyboard controls are very interesting. TYU. I'm looking down at the keyboard now. GHJ. So yeah, it's like they moved the number pad into the middle of the Apple II. But if you had the original Apple II, there was no number pad, so it makes sense. H key will keep your vehicle stationary. Return to the keyboard mode from any control, or press Control K. Oh, to use a different control. Oh, to use keyboard is Control K, and then space key is to fire. But you can also use Apple paddles or joystick. Control P for paddles, Control V for changing the axis of the joystick, and then Shift Control P to use the Atari-type joystick attached to the Sirius Software Joyport interface. I think we got those attached because we played it before, so we'll try that out. Shift Control P to try that one out. And then we have Control R followed by the numbers to restart the game at any level of difficulty you wish. Nice, you can change the difficulty level 1 through 8. And then fuel gauges in the upper portion of the screen. Most likely, they're going to use fuel like a timer to make sure we just keep shooting things. And then we have the orbiters. You have to shoot a flight path through the orbiters and fly out the edge of the screen on your way from the asteroid. To shoot them while in keyboard mode, press the spacebar or the joystick button, and then the landing place. It looks like there's multiple screens to this one, like an arcade game. Keep the twerp craft flying toward the left of the screen. The twerp craft will automatically begin to descend when you're directly over the asteroid. You must then guide the twerp craft... I didn't think I was going to be saying twerp craft or twerp so many times this episode. If you're in the keyboard mode, press the repeat key in conjunction with the spacebar. If you're using paddles, keep the fire button depressed. Okay, so it looks like it's doing a lunar lander variant in one of the modes. And then when you reach a crater with a twerp in it, you can tell by the feelers that stick out. You pick up with the spacebar or fire button, and it'll attach it to you, and soon Captain Twerp will have a whole string of twerps following around him. So you have to get them to follow you around. So it's almost like a rescue mission and then collecting different enemies up. And then we have the glingas and the gleepnots, which I guess are the birds. Oh gosh, not more birds. That swoop up from twerps and drop them back into empty craters. They don't eliminate twerps, but they waste your time and fuel. Oh, so they are the antithesis of the game. And then the next station is you leave the asteroid, collecting all the twerps or whoever you rescued, and then you get out of there. Very nice. So important, we got something blocked off at the end, and then the back of the box, which we already saw, or the back of the sleeve. All right, let's put in the disc and play some twerps. It's May 23rd, 1982. This is twerps on the Apple II. Another one I am not familiar with, so we're going to see how far we go and what happens with twerps. There he is. I do like how in the Apple II they're trying to make larger objects or look more friendly, like almost like a cartoon. Very ambitious and really, really cool to see. All right, so we're in. It's showing off the different screens here, going from one to the other. And I think we had, yeah, the third one. So it looks like it just switches the view for the shoot 'em up. All right, let's push spacebar. We get a nice little animation. Oh, no. The twerps got blown up. And that's us descending. Let's go. Let's see if I remember the controls. Okay, yeah, got it. I'm going to use the keyboard controls. And here we go. We are just destroying. I can only do one shot at a time. I feel a little underpowered considering the other shooters we played on home computers. It's Space Invaders on its side, essentially. But I have movement of my ship in what believes, yeah, all different 8 directions. And one shot, but since the one shot at a time, I might as well just get really close so I can, yeah, fire and kill them all really quick. But I do run the risk of getting blown up like that. It showed my fuel at the top. I want to see how many lives I had left. Yeah, fuel still looks pretty good. So the first scene is essentially just a fixed shoot 'em up. And a slow one at that. It's not even getting faster, it's just repeating the same... It feels like I'm doing a shooting gallery, basically. And just avoid the shots. Everything's random, and we haven't even got to the twerps section of the game yet. I will tell you, the first part, though, I'm a little underwhelmed after everything else we've seen by Serious Software. Usually we get things that are new, different, or something we haven't experienced yet. You know, that bad arcade game, right? We're playing, it's so generic, we're playing that space game from the 80s, the early 80s, where you shoot things on the screen. You know that one. You know what I'm talking about? All right, here we go. Let's go fire. All right, we're in. Now what happens? Do we have to go to the planet? Land. Oh, do I have to fly? Oh, okay, just fly over to the left. Okay, I got it. All right, so now we got to make ourselves... Nope. We had just a few seconds of that. As I'm pushing the thruster, it didn't apply when I held the spacebar down. And that's because the Apple II didn't register holding down the spacebar. I have to hit it continually to be able to get the thrusters to move correctly, to work the pod. So the second screen, gosh, it didn't even give us the checkpoint for it. So we have to go back to this screen and blow everybody up. But I have a feeling if I can sneak by and just make it to the left, I think I can go to the next screen. I don't have to shoot everybody. I'm so used to shooting everything and racking up points that I bet if I just squeeze myself through... My ship is an enormous target, though. Yeah, it's going to be a little tricky. I have to blow some of the other ones away, but I think I can just make myself... If I can get myself go to the other side, then I'm good. Let's give it a shot. I think I can squeeze by here. Ready? It worked. Yeah, so you don't have to shoot them all. Interesting. I'm messing the spacebar. It's still not working. Is that all the lives are already done? That's right, the repeat key. Well, let me continue again. I still would give it to Gorf, because we've seen some home ports of Gorf, and I would say Gorf would be a better game to play. We did figure out that we don't have to shoot everything here, so it understands why it's like a defense system, where the aliens have captured the twerps, and we have to go get the twerps. I need to get that back row taken out, and then if I can get the back row taken out, then I can sneak my way through. My guess is the developer was called a twerp in high school, and this is his way of getting back. Okay, here we go. I think I can make it through that hole right there. That'll be easy. What? That was the way to go in. Where am I supposed to go in then? It looked like the hole inside. Because everything else was the mountains, and I'm obviously not going to be able to go where the mountains are. But you have to make yourself go inside the planet to be able to capture the twerps. Oh, okay. Maybe I landed too hard, like a lunar lander game. All right, next time we'll try the repeat key and see if that one does work with the fire key and see if that works for us. Go sneak through. This is an interesting idea, though. You don't have to kill everybody. You just got to get yourself to the next screen. Hey, we have a checkpoint. It actually saved... Wait a second. Why did they save the next screen? So they did keep our position here. That's nice to know. All right, go, go, go. How do we get... Oh, it looks like there's a pod landing... I'm mashing as hard as I can, but that pod is not working correctly. I am using keyboard, and they have paddle and joystick control, so it's possible that you need to have joystick, and then we'll try control. What was the joypad control? I want to see if it'll let us do the Atari style joystick. Shift Control P. Let's see if that one's enabled and we can do that. All right, I'm ready. Does it work? All right. It does work, but I would say it feels even more clunky than or is not responding as well as the keyboard. Let's see. See if I can still squeeze. I gotta break that last barrier down. Their defenses are too strong. I just want to be able to make it through and see if pushing the action button on the joystick works better for the landing segment. But I can't say they didn't try because we have lots of choices for control. Not quite. Go, 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 go! All right, here we go. Holding the button down. There. Okay, it works. We're in. I gotta make it all the way over to the pad, and I hope I don't run out of fuel. So the joystick button works better. I can actually fire all the way over, and I think this is the pad on this side. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Cool. Oh, nice. Now I'm controlling. It's like a free controlling to move my little twerp to the other guys so they follow him around. Nice. And you pick them up, and then when you run away... Let me run! Quick! And you're collecting them or rescuing them. So a different way to rescue them, but you have to be very, very careful because once you're on the ground, if one of the other enemies shows up, then they take you out. And so essentially, if you can make it after you do the rescue mission, pick all the twerps up, get back to the ship, then go back in the air, then you have to leave the planet, but now these enemies would be on the opposite side. So it's like go through the defenses, go back on the planet, and then come out of the planet and then check out destroy their defenses on the way out. So cool. It's like going through different scenarios of a rescue mission or multiple screens like an arcade game. So I'll give it that. It's pretty good. Now, they did have multiple controls. So while I did have a little issue with the joystick, they had paddle option as well, and they also had the Apple joystick. So I'm sure if you had this back in 1982, you try out different controls to get them to work. But Twerps is an excellent game for 1982. On the home computer. I'd say of all the games we've seen up to this point, it's quaint, fun, and works really well. I'll go 3.5 stars for Twerps. Very well done, series, but not enough to really keep too high of a rating. I'd still say 3.5 stars because on the home computer, they're doing stuff that was currently in the arcades of the multiple screen or giving you like like you're doing a journey. I'm going to go from one location and do something and then come out of it and go to a different place. So, twerps. Cool. Very nice for 1982. And with that, let's see what our next game is. We're now on MS-DOS, and this is Lunar Landing, not Lunar Lander. Let's take a look at Lunar Landing, another one that doesn't have any artwork, just a few screenshots. So let's pop in Lunar Landing by Bruce Guthrie. Way to go, Bruce. It's May 27th, 1982. All right, latest on the IBM PC. Let's see what it is. All right, do we do instructions? Yes, we do. This is a pretty simple game to learn. They always say that. The cursor control keys provide boost to the rocket in the desired direction. Thrust is cumulative, increasing with each press of the button. Object of the game is to land on a flat part of the landscape. Landscape is recreated each time you land successfully. Unfortunately, the landscape gets tougher each time, and your initial position and velocity gets worse. Get your fingers ready, mateys. Hit return to continue. So it's cursor keys to control? Okay. It makes sense. We don't have a lot of joystick-controlled MS-DOS games. Here we go. It's going to be a lunar lander game, but what kind and how? Okay, it's going to draw it in, kind of like, and it works. Cursor keys, but I'm so tiny. Look at that little tiny pixel there. I want to get on that flat area, and I think that they're randomly generating the landscape that we come on. That's pretty nice, but look how tiny I am. It's the smallest ship ever. First attempt. Did I make it? Yes, I did. They give us a little ditty, so that means we'll go into the next screen, and they're going to redraw another landscape for us. That's a cool idea, but it didn't zoom in. I loved the part of Lunar Lander, how it zoomed in to give you a closer view, but this just kept us really, really far away. So we're going in again. I don't see... We have to find a flat area. And I'm just tapping the cursor keys. Slow it down. Nope, didn't have it. And it just repeats after you blow up, but nothing cool with explosions of blow up. No shrapnel. You didn't get anything like that? Man, are we spoiled or what? Oh, what? That one didn't count. I didn't land on the flat surface, I guess. Go up. All right, let's try slowing down. Well, it works as a lunar lander variant. It's just not as impressive as other ones we've already seen on the home computer. This does look like a home done one. Bruce probably was at his house messing around on the IBM PC to check it out. Yeah, we need to do this as an eye test. Can you see the 2 pixels on the screen? Is it better here or here? Oh, we died on that one too. Okay, yeah, it doesn't have the charm of a lunar lander variant. So of all the games we've seen up to this point, I'd say it's subpar considering other games. I'm not going to say bad because it still works, and it's okay for games we've seen around this era. But I'll say 2.5 stars for Lunar Landing. It is a below average game. Yeah, you'd be going blind playing this? I hope not. Maybe I'm going blind right now. All right, with that, let's see what our next game is. Yeah, here we go. Game Watch. Multi-screen, yeah. Ooh, looks so nice. Oil Panic. Cool, there we go. It is the very first multi-screen Game & Watch release in Japan. And I love the commercial. It starts with, "Are you doing your makeup?" And she's like, "No, I'm playing Nintendo Game & Watch." And then the other guy says, "Are you getting cigarettes out?" He's like, No, I'm playing Nintendo Game & Watch." Because they all were back in Japan. So this is Oil Panic. Really excited to show this one off. This one is the first time that any handheld had multi-screen of all handhelds, at least as far as I know. And Nintendo was the first one to market it. So let's take a look at the box for Oil Panic. Multi-screen Game & Watch, and I believe this is the recreation of what they would have had in Japan. Yeah, there you go, with all the grit and grime, too. Very nice. Let's see what other art we have for Oil Panic. Oh, here we go. We got the dirty version, and then, oh, it's all nice and cleaned up. Very nice. And the same thing with the back of the box. The reconstructed one, if you will. So there you go. 2 different screens. Looks like we got the top of the building, and outside of the gas station is where it is. That's where Oil Panic takes place. And I believe we don't have a manual. Yeah, no manual inside this one. So let's just put it in the palm of our hands and play some Oil Panic. It's May 28th of 1982. The very first time you could play this one. Way older than the Tiger Electronics, you bet. They did look cheap compared to this. Doesn't this look classy? Looks really nice. For someone that's trying to be having fun playing games on your calculator, this works pretty good. And as usual, it is Game & Watch, so you have a clock, which is down here on the bottom screen, and you can set the time for your Game & Watch. And then you also have Game A and Game B. It just means easy and hard difficulty. Let's start Game A up, pushing the button, and it looks like we only have 2 buttons. So if you look down on the bottom, that's it. I move left, I move right. Oh, I've already messed up as my employee of the gas station. It looks like we're catching oil. Who left the fire going at the gas station? Those idiots. But as soon as the oil drops, you can see it catches fire and it says how many we miss. Uh-oh. Does the gas station burn up now if I miss all? It looks like it's just... Oh, it just stays on fire. I want to see the whole gas station down below. Just burn up, but it doesn't do that. Okay, let's do it again. Game A. I'm here for real. So I'm moving left and right on the top screen. It is a usual Game & Watch game. Just move left and right, get the oil, pick it up, nice. Oh no, it's full. Oh no, if it's full, the whole place catches on fire and I miss. All right, so let's try throwing it out the window then. Let's see, we got 2 drops. Let's throw it out the side over here. It lands on the lady on the ground. Oh, okay, so you gotta use both screens. The bottom is our buddy carrying the barrel, and you wanna be able to drop the oil in his barrel. There you go, like that. And then move over to the other side and just drop it down to him. So you have to be watching both screens at the same time. Really cool. That's awesome. It's another level of handheld. Because if you're only playing at the top, we've already seen this, but having to look at the second screen down at the bottom is awesome. I just want to see what it looks like dropped on this guy's head. Let's get some and drop it over here. Oh no, did we miss? Is that our third miss? Yeah, it is. The place catches on fire. Yeah, they should re-release these, right? The original. Now, a lot of these were in compilations. You could play the Nintendo Game & Watch on like Game Boy Advance and a few other handhelds by Nintendo. But to have the original like this and look like this, they really need to do that, definitely. All right, we burned the place up again. Let's try it again. I want to throw it on this guy's head. Oh, man, he's really mad. It kind of makes me think that we're playing as Goofy from the original Disney movies. You know, just we're a totally inept worker, and we're supposed to be doing our job correctly, but we're just so bad at it. Makes it a lot of fun. And can you keep going? Uh-oh, this doesn't look good. Catch it and drop it. Yeah. There's also this, the way that you leave the first screen, like when you stick your head out, you can push the button once and just stick your head out. Then if you push it again, then you drop or dump the barrel out. So a nice touch there. Way to go, Nintendo. Man, Oil Panic, yeah, this is great. Think of all the handhelds we've played thus far. Very first time we have 2 screens for a handheld. Nintendo's first multi-screen. And taking the formula, making it something that works really well. Were you smoking cigarettes or putting your makeup on? No, I was playing Nintendo Game & Watch. All the cool people are playing Nintendo Game & Watch. Oh, no. Oh, we have misses down below. Let's have a third miss and see if it has a screen at the end. Let's drop it on her head. Oh, no, we picked it up. Let's try it again. Go, go, go. So if you have 3 misses, that's the end. It's keeping track on top and on bottom. Oh, man. She is really mad. We're going to get fired for that one. All right, that was fun. A really fun handheld. I would say of all the handhelds we've seen for the time, what would you give? Would you say that was one of the best handhelds or just a really good game? Or on the 4-star range or the 5-star range? I'm going to go up in the 5-star range and go 4.5 stars for Oil Panic. It is one of the best handhelds you could have for the time. I'm not going to go 5 just because it is the first iteration of this multi-screen handheld, and we have more coming of the multi-flip handhelds for 1982. So I'm going to go 4.5 stars for Oil Panic, but there's some other ones coming up. Get ready for those. Really excited. All right, so after Oil Panic, let's press forward and see what is next. We're next going to the home computer, one of the first home computers, the TRS-80, and this is Ghost Town. Let's kick off some Ghost Town. Now, this one is the re-release of Ghost Town. The original was in 1980, and now it's 1982, and this is what it looked like when it came out in 1982. So we didn't really see it or showcase it in the 1981, so we're doing it now, the 1982 re-release of Ghost Town. Scott Adams Adventure number 9. Let's flip it over the back. It should look, yeah, like all the other Adventure International games. Tells us what the suggested age group is, average completion time 1 month, and then tells us that we're going to explore a deserted western mining town in search of 13 treasures from rattlesnakes to runaway horses. This adventure's got them all. Just remember, partner, they don't call them ghost towns for nothing. Also includes new bonus scoring system. Ooh, fancy. Maybe that's for the re-release. And let's see what other arc we have for Ghost Town on the TRS-80. Oh, there you go. There's the first cover. So it originally looked like this for the TRS-80, and you can see copyright 1979, and then this is the re-release that we'll be playing for 1982. And there's the ad by Scott Adams with, I believe that one has, 10 of the adventure titles. With the cassette tape, we're going to pop in our TRS-80. There we go. It's time to play some Ghost Town by Scott Adams. First published by Software Exchange and now by Adventure International. May 30th, 1982. Or at some point in May. So we want to play adventure number 9. Text adventure games. We haven't played those in a long time on the channel. Did anyone miss them? Text adventure? Oh, that's right. Yeah, Native American on the front. All right, we want to have Chrono as the name. 15 seconds, please. We don't have time for that. We want our adventure games now. That's a good point. I didn't pay attention to the head and body. No, we do not want to restore a previously saved game. Oh, yeah, there it is. You have an adventure without ever leaving your armchair. They've worked a long time, so don't pirate this adventure. But I'm glad they did, because otherwise we wouldn't be playing them right now. Now, welcome to adventure number 9, Ghost Town by Scott Adams, dedicated to the Charons. I'm in a ghost town. Visible items are a barbershop and the jail. And we have exits. Like as usual, they flip the screen to have 2 different places. Let's head out west. Oh, they don't have to west something? You have to do everything in caps on the TRS-80. All right, so now we're in the Ghost Town Saloon, the dry goods store. All right, so let's go store. Go store. I'm in the dry goods store. We have a shovel, matches, compass, and a sign. So let's get the compass, get the shovel, because we got to dig up stuff. The point is we want to get treasures here. Home cassette taping is killing the industry, but Scott Adams is here to stamp it out. All right, so now we want to get the matches, and we want to go north. Back in the ghost town, let's go west. Still in the ghost town, we're at the telegraph office or the hotel. Let's go office. Go office. I'm in the telegraph office. I can see the key and a large safe. So let's move safe. Get that safe out of the way. Now we got 2 wires, 2 loose wires, and the large safe still here. So let's connect wires. Got it. Oh, we spliced the wires. All right, now let's tap the key, which is Morse code. Oh my gosh. How would you figure out that tap the key is to use the Morse code or the telegraph key? That is hilarious. So it's Morse code for shake the topper, or it should be. Depends on what if you're fluent in Morse code, did that really say shake topper or not? So then we want to go south. Okay, and now we're back outside in the ghost house. And then we want to go west. And all I have to do is type in S and W. Really good qualities of a text adventure game at the time. We've played some that when we say S or W for cardinal directions, the game goes, what? What do you mean? We need to say SOUTH and type the whole thing out. Very cumbersome. But we've already seen a few quality of life things added to adventure games at this point. The Scott Adams adventure games, though, are going to continue for a very long time. And we've also seen Scott Adams re-release his games as graphic adventures with some high-res graphics. This one is not the one yet. Not on the TRS-80. Oh, it might be legit. Okay, thanks, L. Curtis B. All right, so now we go from here to go stable. I'm in a stable. We can see the stall and a pile of manure. Yes, we finally got poop in a video game. It's already been here. I mean, it's here from 1979, but it's the first time we've seen it. All right, so now we want to go stall. I'm in a stall. We can see the old paint and horseshoe. So let's examine compass. It's pointing to the horseshoe. Something's up with the horseshoe. It's a magnetic horseshoe. So drop the compass. Got it. And the compass is on the ground. I like how it adds it to the top Like this is your visible items. It's very helpful. And then we want to get the horseshoe. Got it. Okay, after we got the horseshoe, now we want to go south. And if you're just now tuning in, now Text Adventure Games, I look up all the walkthroughs I can, because after trudging through, I believe we did about 20 Text Adventure Games, as if we were in the early 80s. So we went in and I started the game and I was like, let's see what it's like. How difficult could the puzzles be? Didn't work at all. It is so difficult, because you're meant to spend weeks, sometimes months at a time on these games, typing different things, trying to see what the computer can figure out or not. We do not do that anymore here on Chronologically Gaming. We actually just play and see how the game goes through. Can we take the manure? Manure. It just says barf, but it understood that we wanted to take manure. How about eat manure? Is it going to say barf too? Barf. Sorry, I can't. But it understood it. It figured it out. That's what I wanted to do too. All right, so what if we go to the next one? After we go south, we want to go south again. And now we're back out of the ghost town, and then let's go east. So we're just going to walk our way around the ghost town, east and east. And then we have the barbershop and the jail. Okay, so we want to open door. With what? The inside bolt is latched. Well, you know what we got to do? We got to use our magnetic horseshoe, obviously. So we want to... So tell me what you want to do with the horseshoe. Open door, and then it should be horseshoe. What? The inside bolt, you're supposed to use the magnetic horseshoe, and it takes the bolt off the door. Oh man, doesn't even let you do that. Okay, so if that doesn't work, then we'll just stop at that point, because this is the kind of puzzles you would deal with on Ghost Town by Scott Adams. Because obviously there's something wasn't typed correctly, because it says with what? Inside bolt, tell me what you want to do. Oh, I see what you got to do. You have to say open door, and then you have to say with horse shoe. Magnet, it worked. So you use the horseshoe like a magnet. There you go. See, big brain. Got to think of in 1982 perspective. All right, so there you go. A quick taste of Ghost Town, the Scott Adams adventure game, the re-release on the TRS-80. I still say for all the video games we played up to this point, is it still waning in the tooth? I wouldn't say no yet. I still say this is a pretty average title. It's not a below average title for 1982. Eventually, when we just get more and more text adventure games that don't have a lot of substance, I might rate them slightly lower. But as of right now, it's still a 3-star game. It's a solid average title. And with that, let's see what our next game is. We're next on the Commodore VIC-20. This is Puckman. Be careful how you say that one. Puckman. Let's take a look at the artwork. We have the box for Puckman. Man, that is scary. What are they going for? Is it a parrot, a monster, an alien? We will never know. This is by Microgen. So we're going to the United Kingdom to play some VIC-20. And I believe we have 2 versions. One that's by Mac Games, which was the original, and then the re-release by Microgen. So let's take a look at the Mac Games version. It's May 30th, 1982. This is by D. Bartle. It does look like, maybe it is a rabid turtle. Another title that we are not going to wait for the loading on the cassette tape, because that goes a long way. This is the first thing you get. You get a cat that does the Meow Mix song. If anyone knows that one. And then he winks at us. Isn't that adorable? Now, the only question is, after the first load, because the first one we just skipped from the snapshot was roughly 5 minutes. It's a 5-minute load, depending on your cassette tape too, and the speed. But then after that, this load is another one that's really long. Let's see if we can get by this one. Oh no, and this one doesn't. See, it crashes on us. Every now and then it's random, but don't fret. We still want to play some Puckman. We'll load up the Microgen version because they're essentially identical. Couldn't notice any difference between the two. And we're going to play some Puckman. I want to play some Puckman. There we go. If you want to play, this one's keyboard control only. We get some Pac-Man music. Way to go, Mr. Bartle. And we're in. So this one is controlled with some very bizarre key controls. I believe it's space to go down. J and L to go left and right, and then I to go up. I don't know why. I've seen the Commodore VIC-20 keyboard, and I don't know why they would pick those controls to move around. But here we go. We're playing a Pac-Man variant. It's Puckman, and it's in the UK, which kind of makes sense because I would love to know, after Japan titled the game Puckman, and we obviously changed it in the United States to Pac-Man, in the United Kingdom, did they continue to use arcade cabinets with the name Puckman? So was Puckman like the name longer, kind of like it was in Japan? Or is this just them being funny? Is Mr. Bartle trying to program Puckman just because he wants to play a game called Puckman? But, oh man, it's pretty clunky. This feels like I am an old, decrepit Pac-Man, not a young, spry Pac-Man. He moves a little slow, and the keyboard controls don't help either. Oh, and we get no sound effect when we die. Where's our pew, 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 pew? We don't get that either. Yeah, maybe the diamond. I don't know about the diamond shape. It's I to go up, J to go left, L to go right, and then spacebar to go down. So it still feels... On a modern keyboard, obviously it's a little off, but on the Commodore VIC-20, it still would feel a little strange. I don't know if there was a lot of thought put into the controls. Oh, the cherry, can I get it? No, go up, no. Yeah, you don't have the best degree of controls here playing Puckman. But hey, it's Puckman, and we didn't play it in Japan. We played it in the United Kingdom, so pretty cool. I'd say of all the games we've seen on the home computer space, Puckman it's a subpar title. I'd go 2.5 stars for Puckman. It's not bad. It's attempting to try something, but just not executing as well as it could. So I'll go 2.5 stars. It's just subpar. Unexpanded VIC-20, fitting, yeah, 5K. Yeah, I have to do a lot of extras, but it did have a long load time. What we experienced is not what you would have had in 1982. We would have been here a lot longer. But still, for the gameplay, it's 2.5 stars. All right, so with that, let's see what our next game is. Yay! All right. It's so magical. Oh, the computer will save us all. The Max Machine. It does everything. Everything a computer can do. And it uses cartridges. And you can play it on your own personal asteroid. This is the newest home computer in town. In Japan only, the Commodore Max Machine is a precursor to the Commodore 64, and this is Road Race. Let's see what Road Race is like. Is it good enough to be one of the best games to play on a home computer? I don't know. Let's take a look at the box for Road Race. So they take essentially the exact same game we've already seen for the Commodore VIC-20, what we will see on the Commodore 64. So Road Race is just that. It's what you would already see on other home systems, but in cartridge form. And only in Japan. Let's see what other art we have for Road Race. Yeah, the commercial is pretty cool. It's like the future. The Commodore Max Machine is going to save the world with computing. That's true. The colors are stylish. The keyboard, though, it doesn't have it's not where it's at. I would still say the Commodore 64 has the better keyboard for the Commodore Max Machine. I haven't typed on it myself. I just know it's the style like membrane style keyboard. All right, so let's pop in some Road Race. You have a cartridge, put it in the Commodore Max Machine, and push play. It is May 30th, 1982, and this is developed by HAL Laboratory, the same HAL Laboratory that will eventually do Super Smash Brothers. Here they are, back in 1982. All right, so we want to play with joystick. So you saw there on the quick splash screen, you can play this with joystick, you can play it with paddles, all on the Commodore Max Machine. This one had really similar architecture as the Commodore 64, which we haven't seen yet. It just has way lower memory. All right, so we just hit the joystick and we're in. Road Race is Night Driver. It's the home version of Night Driver. We've already seen a few of these, so now you get to watch me crash. I knew it was coming fast. I was looking down. I was distracted. But all you got to do is hold down the only button on your joystick and then move left and right. How do you shift gears? Does it happen? Okay, it's happening automatically. Nice. So they gave us... Oh, man, yeah. We got skid sounds. It's time for Tokyo Drift. Gosh, man, yeah, you go fast. Once you get to the D, I was going 232 kilometers an hour. The game originally was in arcades. The first one I think we came to was called the 280 Zap game, and it still works. The feel of you're going to be going really, really fast. Oh, wow. Yeah, it feels like I'm going too fast. Not as crazy as we saw on the Commodore VIC-20, though. Commodore VIC-20 seemed like it was going way, way too fast. Maybe it was overclocked when we played it, but this one's more manageable. And I like the idea how they put the car in the front. That's very much like the arcade. So this would be like a really cool driving experience you could have at home or on your home computer. Pop in the LSD and play some Commodore Max Machine. This one is going to be we're going to see this on Commodore 64, and it's identical, at least as far as I know. This cartridge we have popped in is the Japanese Max Machine cartridge, so I don't think there's going to be much difference between this and what they have on the Commodore 64, but only time will tell. There it goes, blowing up again. I do want to play some more of this, though. Get better at how to move and slow down, because I'm just pushing down the pedal as hard as I can, maxing out my speed and not really worrying about braking, slowing down, or any of that stuff. See, nice and easy. Yeah, you don't have to go really fast. This would be me taking it easy, not wanting to do some Tokyo drifting. Oh man, oh man. Yeah, there we go. I like the sound effects of the tires on the bottom, and it's doing something where when you're driving the vehicle, it just does a quick swerve, like there's a bump in the road, or there's an oil spill or something. Yeah, I'm with you on that, L. Curtis B. As far as the first-person perspective, skiing on the TRS-80 color computer, yeah, that's way better than Road Race. I'll still give this one, of all the titles that you can play on a home computer, it's around average. I'm going to say 3 stars for Road Race. Not doing anything good, not doing anything bad. It's right there in the middle. And with that, let's see what our next game is. Oh man, oh man. This is the NASCOM, another home computer that I didn't think I was going to do. This one first was released in 1977 in kit form. And then it was called the NASCOM 1, and then the NASCOM 2, which was also kit form. And I was aware of this, but I wasn't going to showcase this because I was like, most of the games either are hard to find or they are all the same things we've seen before. But then I found out in 1983 and at the end of 1982 that the NASCOM 3 comes out, and it's a fully built system, not a kit form. So I found that there were games only for this computer. So doing what I usually do, I gotta play all those games. We can't miss any games, no game left behind. So here we go. This is the NASCOM. At this point in 1982, you'd have the NASCOM 3, but if you want to pop open the system, this is kind of like a system you would build yourself. So the specs are all over the board. It could be anything and everything, especially since it was from 1977. But if you opened it up, inside you have the Z80A processor running about 2 megahertz to 4 megahertz, depending if it's the NASCOM 1, 2, or 3. And for memory inside, this thing can have 2K of memory. If you're on the NASCOM 2, it can go all the way up to, if you expand it, 60K of memory. And then if you're on the NASCOM 3, you can have all the way up to 1 megabyte of memory. That's a lot, but that's if you're if you're building these things yourself. Video is going to be PAL RF, because this is in the UK where this system came out, and we're going back to England to play every game that we play on the NASCOM. It also had composite, and that's if you put it in, if you installed it yourself. For display, it uses mostly graphic characters, but it has the 40 to 80 column text mode. It also has a 400 by 256 8-color mode and an 800 by 256 2-color mode. And inside, I actually don't know what sounds inside this thing. It could be a beeper, I'm not sure. But every time you want to play any games, there's no cartridge. There is some forms of this that have disc and cassette, but most of the games you played on this were from EEPROM, or they were programmed ROM that you put in the system. And so the first game we're going to be playing on the NASCOM is 3D Maze. This one was released earlier than this date, so I am going to first as we end the May 1982, just catch up on a few of the NASCOM games that were sprinkled in as it came out, and then by the end of the year, we'll be caught up with all the other games that come out. So this one's an easy one. 3D Maze. Let's pop it and play on the NASCOM for the very first time. Released, I believe, in 1979, 1980. This one would be hard to pin down. So there you go. It's 3D Maze. What size do we want? We want an easy maze. Let's do 3, and let's make it 1. And then we're in. So this is 3D Maze, the same one we played before. Use the cursor keys, move around, functions really well, plays really well. I am working my way through the maze, looking for the exit. Oh, and I made it. Yes, congratulations, you made it. I used 32 steps, which is, oh, we did a fantastic job. It was a 2D, do you want a 2D view of the maze? Yes, we do. And so it recreates you going through the maze. So it shows us where we went, and that's a nice touch. I kind of like that. It follows us all the way to the end, shows the path you took too. So we just solved that one so fast. And then do you want to try the old labyrinth again? Yes, we do. So a very rare computer that probably isn't played as many places, but we're going to try to play it all. So I think this is the same maze. Is it the same exit as it was? Oh, no, dead end there. And it follows the steps around. And while this came out earlier than 1982, kind of poignant because now that we're in 1982, we've seen a lot of 3D first-person perspective games. And it's fun seeing this one, or at least the way that it's played. All right, so there you go. That's 3D Maze, our very first game for the NASCOM, the build-your-own kit computer from the United Kingdom. I'd say of all the titles we've seen to this point, this one still is not doing anything super fantastic, and it is the earlier release. So I'm going to say because of the year it actually came out, which was before 1982, I'm going to say average. It's a 3-star game. Pretty simple, typical for what we see for the time. Yeah, they're right. There's so many games and so many options for stuff that has come out, and we're going to see it all. We do it all here. All right, after the NASCOM computer and 3D Maze, let's see what our next game is. We're now on the Atari home computer, and this is Action Quest. Let's see what Action Quest is. Let's take a look at the box first. Action Quest, a real-time adventure game on your Atari 400 or 800 personal computer by JV Software. Looks like we need 16K. It's assembly language and uses the joystick controller. Looks like, is that a ghost firing lasers from their fingers at crabs? Man, oh man, I think every time we get a box cover, I shouldn't be surprised. There's always going to be something I've never seen before. Let's flip it over on the back, and let's see. Action Quest is a real-time adventure game played with your joystick controller. You're represented as a ghost. Move from room to room in an attempt to capture valuable prizes while eluding monsters and solving puzzles. Score is computed based on prizes captured and elapsed time. Action Quest is entirely played as an action game. No keyboard input is required. Wait, if it's an action game, then is it really an adventure game? Oh, this one? Oh, it kind of does. Yeah, the way it's framed as the square, it does kind of look like Activision there. Thanks, L. Curtis B, for the shout out. Yeah, if we're playing the NASCOM, which is a kind of obscure home computer, you got to know we're going to play everything here. All right, so the game has about 30 rooms and 20 prizes. Prize capture is not always an easy task. Every technique or twist is involved in obtaining each one. Some require physical dexterity to reach, while others can be acquired only through intellectual problem-solving path. Even some rooms are initially hidden from the player and must first be found before their prize can be captured. Action Quest provides challenges both for fast action players as well as for those motivated by intrigue. Ooh, cool. I don't believe, yeah, we don't have a manual for this one, so that's all the info we got. Let's see if we have any other artwork for Action Quest. There, the advertisement flyer. Oh, but it says Ghost Encounters is the second. Oh, okay, so this was the second in the series. Oh, there we go, down in the bottom right corner. Also available is the original Action Quest. So it looks like Action Quest came out first, and then Ghost Encounters comes out later. So stay tuned for Ghost Encounters, the sequel to Action Quest. And for other versions, we just have all the ones by JB Software were alternate versions. Here we go. Let's pop in and play some Action Quest. It's at some point in May 1982 when Action Quest was released by Jack Verson. Way to go, Jack. So we've now reached the point where we're releasing games at some point in May. Not sure exactly when they were in May, but we're going to play them all. All right, we're in Action Quest. Let's start it up. Pushing start on our Atari 800. And we're in. There I am. Oh, that is adorable. I'm the ghost. I look like Casper. So I can move around freely using my Atari VCS joystick. I don't know what this is, but I bump into it at the top. And I can move to the table. Oh, I'm floating. So it's like a side view, kind of, I guess. Possibly. I don't understand where I am in time and space, but I am a ghost. So that makes sense. All right, so we'll make our way up here to the top. This room is called the Magic Touch. And it looks like I have a timer in the top right and lives. So let's move ourselves up. Oh! It was a trap. They got me. Where do I go next? Okay, go back to the beginning. Okay, well, I think I have a shot, right? I do. Okay, so if you hold down the red button, your ghost turns into a cannon almost, it looks like. And I can swivel to 8 different directions and then fire off the shot. Or, yeah, there we go. So it's 8-way shot that you can use for the ghost. Let's try a different room. Let's go down to this one. Okay, so it looks like we have... this room's called Looks Too Easy. All right, so let's move down here. Nice and easy. This means I'm expecting another trap to come in and take me out. Let's see. Oh, no, now things are chasing me. All right, I'm going to try out my shot and see if I can blow up this guy. Oh, I'll just run for it. Oh, go, go, go. Okay, cool. So we came across one game tonight already that was a mini-game challenge called Bezoff, and this one's different. You are going room to room, but it's more of a puzzle game. Every room has a treasure to get, and you have to figure out how to get it. So this room is the Bountiful Bullets room. And I believe I could leave out this door if I wanted to, right? Yeah, and go to the next one. So cool. So this room's called Boxed In. Oh, get up. Did he get me? Oh, he must have got me right at the same time. Not fast enough. Okay, now that I know I have a shot, let's go up in this room. I think they're keeping track of which rooms I do or don't do. A ghost shooting at crabs. That's what we're doing here. Okay, so if I go... Let's see if I inch in. Oh, it's only when I pick it up. Ah, when I pick up the... So I need to do like Indiana Jones. Get the bag, fill it with sand, or let's try this. Shoot it. Ah, there. Gotta be smarter than the puzzle. I still died. I was not smarter than the puzzle. But now I know how to do it. This is so cool. Great idea. It's almost like we're playing Venture, moving from room to room freely, like you did with the Venture character. And then this one, keep going, keep going. All right, now we're going to play it safe. Got it. Okay, that works. And then you just leave the room back the way you came. This is great. Great idea. Yeah, in 1982, this would have been so much fun. All right, so if you notice, the rooms you complete, when you have the treasure, you can't go back in. Over on the left side, they're not lit up gold, but over here, these rooms are. So this time, let's go up here and see what this one is. This one is, okay, the boxed-in room, and this guy's coming at me. Got him. Okay, so you just had to shoot him and then go for the treasure. But if it's boxed in, let's see. Oh, yeah, it is boxed in. You can't get to the treasure. Okay, so let's... No way. Can we shoot? You're shooting the pixels off the... I don't believe it. Can I squeeze through this? Let's see. my head doesn't fit. Only my body does. That's hilarious. All right, so here we go. Going there. Nice. Go get it. And then leave the room. And then I think that's it. And some of these have traps too. So whenever you leave, then something else happens afterwards. Coming out of it. And then it closes out. Oh, look at that. So cool. Okay, so that is a great title. Action Quest. It's a generic title. This one was probably breezed under the rug because no one knew how good the game was. So it's essentially like we're playing Venture, but instead of a fantasy-style game, you're playing as a ghost, which has to go room to room and solve puzzles to get the treasure. Great idea. I'm a fan. So Action Quest is an excellent title. I'm going to say it's not one of the best games you could play on a home computer, but it's great. I'm going to say 4 stars for Action Quest. Check out Action Quest. I want to play this one some more. as is the use whenever we play lots and lots of games. Yeah, never seen it before either. Cool idea. And that's what we do here. We get to play everything, so we see it all. That's where we got to put our video game playing on pause this evening and this episode. If you could go back to 1982, how would you rate these games on our 5-star rating scale? And if there's any games that we've missed, be sure to drop me a line and let me know. Or if there's something coming up and you want to make sure it's not missed as a video game, please tell me. That's it for today, and like I always say, you haven't lived until you've built your own computer. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are perpetually retro, and we will